Hey guys, we're live. Um, I'm getting a lot of comments that I want to start reading. We're going over several different things that we need, items and tools like this Bofang radio that we're going to start. We're going to have somebody come on here and show us how to turn it on, what channel to go to, so we can all turn it on and at least listen. Even if we don't use it and push the button and talk, we'll be able to listen, and we're going to do that. And just so you know, when it hits the fan, you're not going to need a license for this. That'll be the last thing on anybody's mind. That's why I have it. That's why we're ready to go. Hey, good morning, Preston. There's a few things that people have mentioned in the comments that some of us might have missed also. And I got a video coming out about sustainable food tools. And spoiler alert, get some fishing nets. A hoop net will feed a lot of people, and you don't have to waste all day trying to catch fish with, one hook, a pole. That is fun to do, but if you're talking about feeding people and not going hungry, a fish net that's 12 foot long with some bait in it will catch all kind of different fish and massive quantities. The quality, it might be sketchy, but you'll be able to feed people. And I know if you cook the fish right, no matter what it is, it'll be good. 5x5. Hey, Dave. Kathleen from Michigan. Yeah, sound off where you're from. Hit the like button. Let's get this thing going. Okay. Yesterday we talked about 5 woman items and 5 man items that some folks might have missed. And I talked about the adapter. I'll have it here. You'll go back and check it out. The adapter to refill your propane bottles, the 1 pounders. It works really, really good. I got that from Harbor Freight a long time ago. That's why I don't have a link in the description about where to get it, because that's where I got it. And I don't even know if they carry them anymore, but it was made in America. That's the main reason I bought it, because that's like the only thing in there and made in America. But they're on Amazon, eBay, and you can fill up your 1 pound propane bottles, and you don't have to drag around the big one if you want your big torch, like I showed you in that last video. Now, some people really went out of their way to list some things that we might have been missing. And I want to read some of them. And I want to read your comments as well. If you have anything, let me know. Good morning, everybody. We are going to have an awesome, awesome day today. Tennessee, Ohio, Oklahoma, Alabama, Missouri, Michigan, Indiana. Cool, man. I'm glad y'all are here. Hey, Bucky. North Carolina. Amble Evis. If it's helpful, my list. Cotton balls in a plastic bag. Somebody said yesterday, put cotton balls in Vaseline. That's a great fire starter. I've never thought of that, but I imagine it would be. Q-tips in a plastic bag. Duct tape wrapped around a piece of cardboard or flat plastic. Needle for splinters stuck in that duct tape. So what they're saying is you can put your needles and everything, your small items, and stick it in the duct tape, and it'll be there, and you can put it in your pack. I'm going to try to get a medical kit together. My father is an EMT. I've got tons of good advice in these comments, as you're going to hear, and I'm going to try to put one together with like the ultimate, one time buy everything you need. Well, you'll never have everything you need, but it'll be in one place. One stop shop. Medical go bag. Piece of clean old stock for cleaning and scraping or applying pressure. A clean old sock, sorry. Bandana or sturdy clean cloth can be tied. Medical scissors, roll of gauze. Medical scissors and roll of gauze should absolutely be in there. First aid ointment. I either use zinc, diaper cream, or Carmex. Both staying good in vehicle heat. That's a good observation. How are they going to hold up when it gets hot? Because it's hot here. Tourniquet. Israeli bandage. I got to check that out. I don't know what that is. Ace bandage with safety pins. Card or printout of first aid. Tweezers, Band-Aids. I'm forgetting something. And she goes on and on. I'll put a link of this in the description below. It works. Cotton balls with Vaseline. I bet it does. I bet it goes up like gasoline. Just stack whiskey. Pour it on the wound, and it's healed. All right. Good morning from the top of Colorado high country. I wish I was there. I bet it's a lot cooler there. Denied health care yesterday over a mask. Now I have to drive 5 hours to Sioux Falls instead. So sick of this crap. I agree. Hey, Neil, thank you. Share and subscribe. I appreciate it. What's up, brother? Hey, Andrew. Andrew, you're the one that told me about the radio and the police scanner. If you can get one of those, it might really, really help. You can listen to what's going on the police scanner, and when the lights go off, you'll be able to use your radio to at least communicate with the people nearby, and you'll be able to hear a lot too. I'm going to get a little bigger one that'll pick up some skip, and I'm going to get into it just a little bit. I just do not have time. Uncle Charlie, Johnny Bravo sent me. Hey, Uncle Charlie, I'm glad you're here, brother. What's up, Jack? Jack, you've been taking off. You shot out of there like an anchor, baby. Oh, man, it's good to see you guys this morning. Johnny Bravo is a great guy. I want to work on his course. If you're into trading stocks, he might have the best one. So check him out. Let's see. Ninja Crew inbound. Hashtag Ninja Nation in the comments. The economic ninja. Hey, brother. All right, there's some talk about gold and silver will be worthless. We could really talk about that. That would be. I'd like for somebody to explain to me how gold and silver will be worthless in the Thunderdome. If you can explain that in simple terms where everybody can understand it, I'll send you a piece of silver. And then it won't be worthless. Smash the like button. The analog ones probably won't work anymore. Okay. Like a spider monkey. Okay, let's see. Man, it's jumping. Ninja Jammer. Thanks for being here. Bro Bravo is crazy smart. Those indicators that his course is fire. Yeah, I'm going to get into that. Has any of you guys taken Johnny Bravo's course other than Trump won? And for real, if you've got some information that is going to help somebody, like, put it right here and I'll read it. If you know of something going down, I know I just did a food shortage video in Africa, how they're cutting off their food supply. They're 50%. It's going to affect 75% of people over there, and people are going to absolutely starve to death. It's starting now, and the people here understand it. And if you've never commented before, get over here and comment. I'm telling you, these people in the comments are the best people on the face of the earth, true salt of the earth. You have to get out of your shell a little bit and comment. Just kind of make yourself do it. I'll pump you up too. Striving for some of everything that could conceivably be helpful in a bad situation. Yes, to gold and silver, Argentina, Venezuela, history. Yeah, it doesn't. 10,000 cows dead. I know they said something bad about Hillary Clinton. It's strange why there would be 10,000 of them. They must have just run out of water. It's hard to believe that all of them died of heat stroke immediately. I don't know. Something strange about that. Is anyone else here in Miami? Charger Mopar's in Miami. Reach out to him. He didn't want to go to the overpriced Gammon conference. It's like $800 to go, and you're not going to catch me there either. Let's see. Uncle Charlie, do it, bro. Okay. I'm going to get into a few more of these. I printed out. I like to print your comments out and read them, the ones that really stand out. Sharon replied back to these items that we might have missed. And she said, those things to pull together, cut on skin, steri strips, I think they're called toothache medication or clove oil, anti-itch cream, antibiotic cream, betadine for wound cleaning, dried thyme. Research it yourself. Must be good. Vitamins. That's what I can think of right now. Ex-nurse. Oh, eye drops, ace bandage, and some type of tape syrup sterile scissors, some types of tape, scissors, sterile. All right, my dad went to the parts house the other day, and they were out of oil. Now, I've been knowing this is going to come. If you're not hoarding fuel filters, oil filters, everything you need, everything you've got to work your farm with, drive to work with, everything that runs on oil and fuel, you need fuel filters and oil filters for. Air filters for your furnace if you live up north. Somebody put that in the comments. Air filters for your air conditioner if you live in the south, because without air conditioner here, I'm not sure how it's going to, I can't imagine it. I asked my grandfather about it, and he said they turned on fans and they just dealt with it. People were tougher back then. He says, I listened to your prep advice. You mentioned oil and oil filters availability. I went to my neighborhood's parts store and oil was missing so much. I asked, and I was told by the parts man, we haven't received oil in 3 weeks. That's important. He goes on to say, I went and bought all the oil I needed for my cars and trucks, about 10 gallons of synthetic. I believe Walmart has the biggest pool on products, so that's where he was able to find it. So he sent a photo to me, and if I went on live stream, I'd stick it on the screen. But oil, I'm actually going to buy a 55-gallon drum of oil from the same place I get my diesel from. I have them deliver it here, and I'll be set. I hate to do it now because oil's, at an all-time, well, not an all-time high, but it's up there. I'd love for it to dip, but when that happens, who knows? Let me get over here. And belts. Hey, go check out Common Sense. He has some true common sense. Sandy C. Belts for your vehicles. They're cheap. Throw them on a shelf. Just like the fish nets. You want to feed your family? Buy a fish net and throw it on a shelf. Why not? It'll always be worth something. You can trade it. You can trade the fish. You can trade the net. You can trade. It just makes sense to me. My wife loves the gold, and I like the silver. Sure, we will end up with more gold. Cool. I'm so glad, Owen. I'm glad you like it. I had an old friend of mine who say, it's good if you like it, and it ain't worth a damn if you don't. Stating the obvious. Cattle's bodies begin to get used to temps dropping at night, and then a quick increase in heat caused them to go into shock. Yeah. I don't know. When I saw that, it looked like their watering hole dried up, but I don't know. Or they said something bad about Hillary Clinton. Alaska prepper. Amy, I'm trying to diversify in everything, so I like to have a bit of each. Government minted coins and generic rounds and bars. Okay. There's some junk over here. We just did a video on this last night. I'm going to air it probably this evening. My wife helped me explain how to calculate what the price of junk silver is worth, or constitutional silver. It's really good. It's really fast. It's like a 2-minute, 45-second video that will help you know exactly how to do it, like real quick. And then you'll know. Just so you know, the premiums on this stuff is probably about to go up again because people are not going to sell it for the cheap fake paper price. I think the Buffalo, can't see it. It won't adjust. Buffaloes are like $3.95 over spot. That's pretty good. Junk silver's up there, though. I want to say it's like $8 over spot because the barter ability is there. You can take a dime and pay for something, whereas if you've got a big ounce, it's hard to cut up. I try to keep in mind, if I want to buy a dozen eggs, what's it going to take? When the currency is inflated, hyperinflated. Hey, thanks everybody for being here. Hit the like button if you're just coming on. I really appreciate it, guys. I appreciate Economic Ninja and watching nearly every day. However, he is most likely incorrect about the other side of this thing. Most are expect dead in 24 months or less. All right, man. TWS, their goal's 90%. Maybe so. Maybe it is the zombie apocalypse and literally people are cannibals because they're out of food. It could be that bad. It could be the end of times where God's fixing to come back tomorrow. We very well could be there. But what if we're not? What if we have a little while? What if we have 10 years or 3? What if we've got some time as the currency's collapsing? Who would not take advantage of that? Why would you not want to take advantage of that? Have all your preps, have all your food, have all your medical supplies, have your guns and ammo and all the stuff that you need to have in your heart. You need to be prepared. You know it. And the people that say gold's not worth anything or you don't need food, that's crap. They're saying that because they haven't done anything. They're doing nothing and they're planning on relying on the kindness of others. So if you're not that person and you're prepared and you've got some money left over, why not? Why not get yourself set up to invest and take advantage of the biggest wealth transfer that's ever happened on the face of the earth? That's what I think is coming. I'm with the economic ninja 100% on that. And if we're wrong and it's the end of time, then it doesn't matter. But you're not going to be able to help anybody without having wealth for yourself. You cannot give if you don't have anything to give. That's what people don't understand. I tell them all the time. What really helps people is massive piles of money. That's how you help people. That's how you buy them a house. That's how you buy food. That's how you create jobs. It all comes back to that. Financially wise, I'm not talking about spiritually. So don't go off on that. But I'm just telling you, there's no other way for me to see that. Let's see. We own our silver coin. Don't drop the silver. That was constitutional silver. It's actually, can y'all see this little fake? It's fake. That was my fake. I like to drop those. That's a quarter. That's a 2022 quarter, and it feels like it came out of a board game. They're truly debasing our currency. I'm missing a bunch of comments, guys. Bear with me. Starting to believe this is their way to get people to spend their cash while they use it to buy up these dips while everyone's distracted with their narrative. Okay, that's very possible, and I think they're calling people back into crypto. It looks like, they can manipulate that. Can you imagine how much that could be manipulated? And it might be the best money on the face of earth. The best thing ever. Perfect money backed up by the blockchain. But we're denominating it in dollars. So just like gold and silver, but we have yet to see a cyber attack, and they can gut the market to the tune of 80%. I mean, they can just rip the guts out of the market with one foul word. Can you imagine when the lights go off? So that money could disappear immediately. That's why it's important to have this stuff. Somebody prove me different. I would love to hear it. I really like talking about that. You make a good argument, and I'm prepped. Everyone should be. I'm merely talking about the financial issues. Okay, what do you mean? It's hard for me to. I wish we had a place where we could actually talk back and forth. It's hard to read text, and guys, if you're getting my comments, I try to get back to every one of them. But I am talk texting. If I were walking around pecking on the phone all the time, trying to text back. So if I'm spelling things wrong, try to muddle through it and make sense of it, because that's the price you have to pay when I'm going over quantity is the quality of the typed words. But usually you can make your way through it. All right, guys, I don't want to keep this long. If you have anything, the Fed CBDC is issued next year and cash is phased out. How do you avoid social credit oppression when they lock you down, or look, you're just going to have to do whatever you can do, Jake. That's why we buy gold and silver. That's why we're into cryptos that are supposed to be decentralized. That's why we have a farm and gardens and food, and because you're going to have to be part of the fringe. I don't have my hat, but we're going to live outside of the Great Reset. It talks about that in the World Economic Forum, how the people that don't participate in owning nothing and being happy will be on the outside of town. They won't be in here where everybody's got a mark on their forehead or in their arm. They're not going to be participating. Their social credit score will be real low. I'm sure mine looks like the Peloton stock. But you're right. The social credit score is tied to the CBDC You will get your stimulus on how good of a citizen you are, where you spend your money. If you're giving to liberal organizations and you support whatever boneheads in office at the time, or you don't support, if it's somebody else, if it's Yellow Man or somebody, just like the people that were Tamara in Canada, they set up the Freedom Trucker Rally. She was in jail. I think he went back to jail. He's been in like 110 days or something. I don't know if he's out now or not, but what did they do wrong besides stand up for freedom? And you should see the people in Canada that get on here and tell me how awful it was and how they're fascist. It's really strange how everybody says somebody else is a fascist, and it's like the pot calling the kettle black. It's always that person. The person says, "You're a fascist, you're a fascist." They're the freaking fascist. It's the same. Like this new holiday we got. They're pushing this crap. They're pushing, I don't want to get too far into the racism stuff, but it's just obvious to me. They're being lied to. And they're turning brother against brother, neighbor against neighbor. Been in the space for 3 years, and it seems like the government made these decentralized currencies to make them fail and have people run the controlled ones. XRP, okay. Yeah, I think so too. I think XRP, XLM, Quant, those kind of cryptos should actually do pretty good. I don't want to talk about cryptos. I really want to keep this talk about what we need for the Thunderdome because we're getting closer every day. Guys, do you remember when the woohoo bat flu showed up? And a lot of us are saying, hey, I had it. I had it before it got here. Before it got here, I was sick as a dog. I was telling my wife, there is something wrong with me. I feel like I'm dying. I've never been this sick. I was coughing as hard as I possibly could. I've got some pretty good ab muscles, and I can really cough. And I could not keep it up. And it was bothering me. I thought, okay, this would kill an old person. Something's up. So I started doing research. Turns out the woohoo bat flu is in China. I immediately started telling people, and I was shut down over and over and over. Went to church telling people. I said, hey, look, this is coming. I don't know how bad it's going to be. I was warning everybody I possibly could, and it was, we'll worry about that when it gets to North Louisiana. You're just fear monger. And that scarred me up. It really did. That's the way I feel now about what's coming. Something's coming, and we are close. It's obvious. They just cut off the UN food program, United Food Program, whatever it is, World United Food Program, I think is it. 50%. Those people are about to starve to death. We're going to see people starve to death. You'll be able to turn your YouTube on and watch people die. Nobody will do it, I'm sure. Nobody likes to watch that, including me. But it's going to make you physically ill to watch other countries. And this country is not going to be a walk in the park, I don't think. But at first, it's going to be the people that are nearly dying now. Well, they just got half a plate of rice for the day instead of a whole plate. It's getting nutty, guys. It's really starting to add up fast. I really like to get on here and joke. I thought about changing my name before I changed to financial prepper to optimistic prepper because I'm naturally optimistic. I'm just kind of, that's me. But I also know, if you're not preparing, you're missing it. You're late. I don't want you to give up and just quit, but the odds of you doing well are shrinking by the minute. And I don't know how well we're going to do in this, but just somebody put down something they've seen lately that is about to change our life forever. This is deja vu for what happened with my family in Nicaragua when the government was overthrown and they moved and took over my family's homes. Gosh, see, I can't imagine that, Claudine. Thank you for sharing that. The scary part of that was they had the cash, just not the food. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. They cannot, I've got chill bumps on my arm. They couldn't get the resources to give to the starving to death people. And I'm not sure why those people can't grow their own food. I'm sure a lot of you know a lot more about it than me. What I do know, the way they have been surviving is being cut off because they cannot find the food. They can find the money, it seems like. They just can't find the resources. And they were doing really bad before Ukraine debacle with Russia happened. Random question. Read Richest Man in Babylon, recommended by the Economic Engine and others. I recommend that book as well. Any financial or philosophical books you recommend? That was one of my first ones, was The Richest Man in Babylon, because it teaches you how wealth has always been created all the way back to Babylon. The people, they would take it away from them and they would acquire it again, like 90% of the wealth. The people that figure it out. And if you can get through that book, you'll figure it out too. The Rich Dad, Poor Dad was really, really good. Those are the two that I started with. And from there, I pretty much got it. I understood. If you get those two books in you, listen to them. I'm talking financially, not spiritually. Somebody's going to jump on here and say, you should be saying, read the Bible. We need to do that too. But if we're talking about finances, Richest Man in Babylon and the Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. If you'll understand those, listen to them 3 times if you need to. You'll know how to make money from now on. Done. You're ready. And then you'll need to start learning about rental properties and ways that to make income passively where you're not trading your time for money. I'm doing my best to get away from trading my time for money. I want to do this. I want to do rental properties. I want to do, and I'm having to scale out of my rental properties because when food prices go to 40% of a man's paycheck, people quit paying rent. So it all started with those 2 books for me as well. Everything by Robert Kiyosaki. Yeah. The world just seems so isolated. Community. That's it. I agree 100%. Where you can think and grow rich is good too. Somebody keeps talking about cocaine. No, not cocaine. The U.S. is much more vulnerable now than 20 or 30 years ago if we attack any major manufacturing country such as China or India, eating our own bullets. Okay, guys, what do you use to trade minor stocks? Ameritrade, TD Ameritrade. That's what I use. And for the people that want to know the ones I got, I'm serious. I have bought every one I've ever talked about. I don't take big positions. There's too many of them. Think about it. There's too many of them, and there's going to be a lot of them that are crap. Rick Rule calls them the penny dreadfuls. So, he's super smart guy's been doing it a long time. But here's what I do know. When the tide rises, all ships come up. And when the tide goes down, they all go down. Some are going to go way up more than others, and some are going to go up in the beginning. This is my belief. I'm not a financial advisor. Never buy anything that I say, talk about. You use your own convictions. And for everybody that says, oh, it's a pump and dump, I don't know. It very well could be. I'll tell you like this. I bought Dogcoin and day traded it. That's about the sketchiest thing you can do. I like to speculate. So if you don't have a speculation side of your portfolio and you're a hold gold, ball up in a hard knot, the world's coming to an end, then do that. I get it. But if you think we're going to run out of gold and we're going to have to mine for it, the junior miners might be the most coolest investment out there. As crypto gets hammered and gold miners go up, I'm going to take some of that money and buy crypto with it. And a lot of people are going to be like, you're crazy, you're stupid, it's fake. Maybe so, but people buy things that go up. And if you can make yourself invest just a little bit when it looks like cigarette butts on the sidewalk, it might be life-changing. Just putting that out there. Let's see. My wife and I sit on the porch and have dinners and lunch. Neighbors are coming by and we chat. We know all the local dogs before the owners. I have gold in my creek. That's awesome. I've always wanted to do that. I always wanted to mine for gold. Thanks everybody for being here. I love seeing you in the morning. These live streams in the morning I think I like doing them in the morning better. The Economic Ninja Alaska Prepper and Financial Prepper interview. Oh, that'd be cool. Okay, the economic ninja, Alaska prepper. I'm in on that. Let's get it set up. I like the Alaskan prepper. He's super sharp guy. Seems like a really good person. Let's see. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Missouri man. What will you buy with your What will you buy with your gold when everything is gone? Might shift your tactic. It's all going away. Okay, so okay, everything will not be gone. What do you mean? Things will go to a higher price before they're completely gone. So if you've got one can of beans on the shelf and it's the only one left, yeah, maybe it's 2 ounces of gold to buy it. But if you don't have any gold at all, you're not going to be able to buy anything. I don't know why people. I don't understand that. I really don't. I don't. I don't know if it's because you can't prepare or people. I'm not talking about you really, but people that say these things are like they just don't want to do it. You know, they're coming up with excuses to not do it, and that's fine. But try not to think it's all going to be gone. Morning shows are perfect to listen to while doing chores or early morning. Awesome. I'll start doing them more. And I probably don't need to make this too long because I have a ton of work to do. And I know you guys do too. Bullets, beans, bullion, food, firearms, and firewood. And I keep saying this, I'm planning on building a pellet stove that can be welded at home, have all the parts already made because you wouldn't have to weld it perfect. And where it would ship and all the pieces and parts, and it's like a weld together stove. Let me know what you think. I can do it. I think I can do it pretty cheap. It's going to have the parts laser cut out, and if I don't weld it together, I can ship it easier. But still, selling anything in the U.S. is so hard to do. I'm serious. It's nuts. I've still got a few gym rats for sale. They're just too expensive to build. Okay, I have been dissolving gold from electrics. Charger Mopar, I wouldn't doubt it. You're into everything, dude. Appalachian homestead with Patara is great. Patara is great. Highly recommend. Smart as a whip, no nonsense woman, and the fear of God. Love her. I do too. Appalachian homestead, she is awesome. It seems like just a kind, sweet spirit. I would love to meet her. What if she'd do something with me? You think she would do something with me? Pellet stove on my list. Buying extra can of beans and corn goes a long way. Look, y'all saw it earlier. Food saver. Zip the top of it off, dump this bag out, fill it back up, suck the air out of it, put it on the back. Prepping doesn't have to be expensive. It actually saves us a lot of money running back and forth to the store. So, food savers are awesome. Smash the like button. Thanks, guys. You guys are awesome. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your comments. Please leave the comments that you think are really important. Something you see, I will do my best to either print it out, try to make it. I know when I text you guys, my typing sucks because I'm texting, but if you're wanting me to read it, put I don't know, read this one or something. Well, I don't know. Don't tell me what to do, but just put important. If you think it's important, put important and then a very well written out, short, not too many, not too much explaining, but just like the highlights, like I do when I do my stories and I highlight everything that's like quotes and super important. And I'll start reading those every day. I will start to read those every day. I think the boots on the ground thing that Southern Prepper One does is amazing. And I know he's getting over inundated with information and he can't get to all of them. So I'm going to try to do my part and say your comments and the things you see, just like the oil shortage, just like the food shortages that we're going to start seeing more and more, food prices, medical supply shortages, anything like that. I will get on here and read. Yeah, Jesse, study up on history. Important. We need to have a video conference somewhere sometime. It's probably going to be Clubhouse. We're not there yet, but we will be. Important. This is being engineered. The ultimate plan is to mass genocide. All right, Dakota, I agree. But that's not the kind of comments that I'm talking about reading. I'm talking about, hey, oil prices have doubled in this area. There is no oil. Shortages. I went to the store. There's no gauze, or I can't get medicine and I'm about to die. Or, there's people eating other people in the streets. I'm talking really, sure enough, this is important news right now kind of thing. So if you're asking me, they're going to wait after the elections. Yeah, maybe so. I don't know what those guys do. I'm disappointed in both parties. In order to be a politician, you have to be a professional liar. And Trump might be an exception, but I just know what it takes to be a politician, a career politician at that. And it's just disgusting. It's so obvious to me. MNJ sending in goodbyes you see out there too. That's a great one, MNJ. Goodbyes you see, or unusual but useful items. Just like the lady that called me out the other day. She said, right now you need to get canned goods. Cans. I've been talking about canning the meat in my freezer. She said, you need to do it right now. And I did. I spent $300 on cans, and I'm not even there yet. I'm going to have to get a few more. But just so you know, this is the kind of stuff we're talking about. Walmart.com had ball mason jars and Kier for like $12 or $13 for a dozen. They're about $1 a piece right now, and I'm pretty sure you could buy them now and turn them for profit later, or buy them now and use them later. So Walmart.com, that's where I get my oatmeal from. That's where this oatmeal came from. I got 25 pounds at a time. It's organic. Suck the air out of it. It will stay forever. So y'all check out Walmart.com. They deliver it to your door. This came the next day. The jars came next day delivery. It seems like the supply chain's kind of freed up. There's a glut of goods somewhat. Now's the time to get supplied, prepared, ready. Here's your chance. So I don't know another way to say it, guys. Thank you for being here. You guys are awesome. Have an awesome, awesome day. Later.